So the other day, I was hanging out at my favorite digital hangout spot. That is to say, Google Maps, Japan. And I accidentally clicked on a convenience store and decided to use the opportunity to have a quick gander at the auto-translated reviews. The female clerk is I will never go there again. The fat girl clerk here has bad customer service attitude, so I don't want to use her again. That's the worst. You are free to use the restroom. I regret using it. There is no paper. There are no spares. I asked them to bring it over the phone, but they didn't even apologize. A store with zero sense of cleanliness. I don't think I'll ever use a store like this again. This store in particular was, I would say, a little bit racist. So I thought you could join me as we have a look at some other auto-translated reviews of convenience stores from around Japan. Shall we? Okay, I think Obama's around here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Family Mart. During the day, the clerk is friendly, but nice. On Saturdays and Sundays, the lady in the middle of the night feels disgusting. There's something about the way you say it that annoys me. I think everyone is thinking that. It's not far enough to go by car, so walk. It's convenient because I'm going there. When I stopped by in the morning, there was a female clerk who was silent all the time. It's creepy and disgusting. If you don't like it, you can just quit. The photo booth at this arcade turns off the power even when printing before 7 p.m. and the staff doesn't apologize even though they confirmed it. I will never forgive you. You have committed a crime upon my family. There's so many car parks in this area. Why there's so many? There can't be that much to do here in Obama that you need this many car parks. They're everywhere. Ah, look, it's Memorial Obama. Obama Park? Come on, babe, I've got the perfect date location. Obama Park. Why not just leave the receipt out and give it to the customer? I feel like I'm in a country on the other side of the East China Sea, which is very unpleasant. I couldn't really tell if the 40s were in their 50s because they were wearing masks, but the skinny old lady had very poor customer service attitude. On the way, I stopped by because I needed something. 3 stars. What do you mean there's no paper even though the toilet is clean? I would love to know what these are like actually saying. I can't read Japanese, don't know why I clicked on see it. A lot of restrooms. People seem to really like using the at the local convenience store. There was a sign asking you to let me know if you need to use the restroom, so I asked the clerk, "Can I use the restroom?" I said. "You can use it. Just one word." Oh, okay, that would probably make sense if it was in the actual Japanese. You can use it as 4 words. I imagine that in Japanese, it's just one word. It's like, hi. I did it during Golden Week, and there were a lot of people who came to rent the toilet, so I guess it feels like they're already renting it out. The way he said it sounded harsh, and I felt bad. I will never go there again. There's no like, oh, this is a slight inconvenience, never mind. It's, I will never in my entire life set foot on these premises again. Hell will freeze over and Obama will come and take me there personally before I set foot in this shop. The old man who came in at 10 a.m. exactly on July the 16th had a bad attitude. This person might work there. So specific. The old man who came in at 10 a.m. bang on July the 16th, he was 4'2", had grey hair, wore glasses and had a limp, drove a car with the number plate of I hate him. I despise that man. I want him dead. If I find him, I will cut him down in the street and fillet the skin from his bones. No. Field. It's in Chinese. It has the worst selection of any convenience store I've ever been to. Looks nice, looks fine. It just looks like a typical convenience store, I imagine. If this is considered not having much stock, I don't want to know what a well-stocked one looks like. Okay, let's go to a new town. I've had enough of Obama. 2.6. Oh, Jesus. I don't feel very well. With a payment of 1,160 yen, pay 1,000 yen first, after handing over 160 yen. Is it 1,160 yen? He said angrily. Wait, is it 1,160 yen? He said angrily. I feel like I want to pay out the money quickly after that. I explained the situation. There was no apology. Just shopping at a convenience store. It was very unpleasant. By the way, he wears glasses, has long hair, and lives at this address. I will be a male clerk. Google Translate is cooked. I thought it was getting better. It was the worst customer service. The answers to my questions were difficult to understand, and they even said it didn't matter. It was a female clerk in her 50s with a short haircut. I felt very sick. Oh, I've got a dodgy one here. The attitude of the foreign staff late at night is terrible. It makes me uncomfortable. Every time. All I can say is that I'm criticizing the customer service in Japan. The service is not perfect. 1 star. Usually. When I use the service in the morning, most of the people are very friendly. But when I go to the cash register in the evening and ask for this, a middle-aged female clerk says, "Huh?" After that, she got irritated and started cursing me, saying that I couldn't hear her. It's so bad. She pulls out like salt and starts like performing like rituals. She's cursed me. I can't go home now. My fingers have turned black and fallen off. My toes, I can't feel them no more. And my eyes have gone watery. The response to the female staff during the day is the worst. I feel very sick. I don't know if it was a mistake, but I left out one item and put it in. 1 star. There's a helicopter flying over my house. There's actually 2. There's 2 helicopters, 2 Apache gunships. The female clerk's attitude is noticeable. I used it to get it shipped. I don't want the little woman who dealt with me this time to do it again. Thank you very much. There was no greeting. Suddenly, he disappears silently and starts working. I was surprised. Normally, wheelchairs can enter, but not all the time. If you get unlucky, your wheelchair might not fit. They may not let you in. It's a mess inside. 3 stars. So is this your pictures? This doesn't feel like a mess. What do you mean it's a mess? What? You think this is a mess, do you? Oh, that poor woman being immortalized on Google Images. It was a small store. I was irritated because the store staff didn't know how to hold it up. Hold what up? What are you having them hold? As usual, the poor old clerk who works night shifts has a bad attitude. It is simply insane to throw customers' products at the cash register. If you don't want to work, just quit. I want Lawson employees to be given proper guidance. Don't be complacent about the lack of manpower. Don't be complacent. Actually, there's no exclamation mark. Don't be complacent about the lack of manpower. Don't be complacent. The male clerks are very good, so the contrast is too great. The dark-skinned, rather slender, ugly middle-aged female clerk who works from evening to night on weekdays has a very bad attitude. It's better to let him quit. There are plenty alternatives. Oh, yeah, that old hag that works the front. Get rid of her. Throw her in the bin. I don't want to look at her. I'm going to vomit if I see her again. I bet the people that they're saying are horrible are like just perfectly normal human beings. It's either they themselves just are using exaggerated language because they just like to, or Google Translate is translating it in such a way that loses all subtlety and nuance that makes it sound like everyone in Japan is a horrible human being. I saw a Don Quixote. I know this isn't a convenience store, but it's like kind of is, probably. It's got like luxury. Oh, you could buy Louis Vuitton. I wouldn't buy a Louis Vuitton bag from Don Quixote, but you could. Oh, is this the one? Oh, this is that one. I think. Is it? It's here. Yeah, it's that one. That famous one that's got a big thing on it. It's got a big, whatever that's called. Oh, there's something censored on his chest there. Something heinous has been said there. Don't look at that. Oh, this is a 3.6. This one's like, this is luxury. Living the high life here. Why? I guess it's not the store's fault, but the canned coffee, hot, I bought had a strange taste. Is it stuck, or is there some kind of influence? Didn't seem old, though. This is Wanda. Oh, thanks. I thought that smiling is important. Come to this store. Just because it's nighttime isn't an excuse for not smiling. Very unpleasant. I met a group of male students. It was as noisy as a group of Chinese people. There is nothing uglier than a hungry ghost. The does that mean? I'm just going to ignore the Chinese comment. My part-time worker, has a bad attitude and I hate it. Uncomfortable. They won't even put it in the bag. The toilet has been beautifully renovated. The customer service clerk named KS is the worst. You don't have to, dox the person just because you don't like how they act. Just tell the manager. 2.4. Oh, this must be bad. The customer service of a man with a man bun and a very simple Hasegawa written on his name tag is very poor. It is closed mouth when viewed from above. I was planning to have the item delivered via courier service, but I changed to another store. What are you buying from Lawson's that requires a delivery service? You buying a dinner table? April 13th, 2024. This is a bento box made inside Lawson. When I cracked open a soft-boiled egg in my lunchbox, only the white was inside. Why? Did the clerk eat it? They also didn't give me the cellophane tape for fried chicken unless I told them. There is one staff member who gives a slightly aggressive perm. But I guess no one else has the motivation to do it. You getting your hair cut? This morning, I asked a store clerk named to buy a card to buy line stamps, and when I brought it home, the card was unusable. I called the store and asked for a replacement, but the store clerk, named contacted me. When they called me, they said they could use it, but they couldn't immediately replace it. Even though it was the store clerk's mistake, he didn't replace it right away. I was forced to buy a card that I couldn't use and lost 5,000 yen. Worst, the overweight female clerk has a bad attitude. It would be a disaster if I met this guy too many times in the morning. The attitude of the fat female staff is so bad that Lawson can't recruit suitable clerks. Toilet available. 2 stars. A lot of these are feel like they're written like poetry. Slender man late at night. No name tag. I don't notice it when I'm cleaning. There are no words to say thank you. I didn't get a receipt, so I put it in the tray as if to throw it away. The response was unbelievable for someone in the customer service industry. No toilet, no friendliness. 1 star. They stopped letting me use the toilet. They barged in and took me. I know, you can't do this anymore. You staple that thing shut, you're done. Alright, this was a sufficient waste of my time. I'm going, so bye.